Jake Berry matters for a lot of reasons, and that's why he is pretty much the perfect defection from Reform UK's point of view. Partly, I think there's an unresolved sense about what do people who supported Boris Johnson strongly, particularly those in northern seats or in areas where the Tories made those huge gains under Boris Johnson, was what's happening to those, what's going on in their heads. And obviously a lot of them lost their seats in the big sweep through by Labour last year. I think the North is particularly an area that is going to be very contested between the parties, between Reform, principally between Reform, Labour and the Conservatives. So having him there, he's a great advocate of higher spending in the North and bringing the North to the table. You used the words not uncontroversial. That's true, but certainly a very punchy character and a good media performer. You could argue that maybe Reform needs more of that, needs more MPs with that kind of experience.
Well, first of all, he's a big name and is a significant figure. And I think that having him ripped out of the Conservative Party at this moment where, arguably Kemi Badenoch has had quite a good week this week. She was quite forensic in Prime Minister's questions. She had managed to squeeze awkward non-confirmation from the Prime Minister about where he might go on tax and all the rest of it. But moments like this will just overshadow everything. Jake Berry is an unusual Conservative in some senses. He was extremely personally close to Boris Johnson. He was always in and out of his office when they were Prime Minister, even when Jake Berry didn't have a job in the government. They remained sort of close ties. And Jake Berry was the emblem of that kind of Northern MP with that Lancashire seat that he won off Will Straw in 2010. So how all of that works out and how that kind of meshes with figures on the sort of more dry Thatcherite right of the Reform Party, like Richard Tice, I think is going to be absolutely fascinating. So how Richard Tice sort of melds with Jake Berry will be really, really interesting.